Have you ever wanted that investing tip that really just made you wealthy and set you apart from the rest? In this video, that's what we're going to talk about. My name is Steve Larson and I'm with Produce Freedom, and for the last couple decades I've been working in the finance space. And as I go around my network and natural network and talk in the community, people ask, "Hey Steve, where should I put my money?" And they're kind of hoping I give them a quick tip that sends their brokerage account to the moon and they can just retire off that. And so I kind of chuckle and laugh, and I'm like, well, are you looking for kind of a golf club stock tip, or are you looking to really build wealth? And if they laugh and engage, that's fun. But if they're really like, hey, well, what do you mean? Then the answer really is, it depends. And I hate that answer because it sounds like so cliche, but it really depends on what stage you are at in building your wealth. So really, what it depends on is how you've built your financial foundation. So let's go to the whiteboard here for a little bit, and let's talk about a financial foundation. So I'm just going to draw a little simple diagram here. I call this the power pyramid. We'll try to keep this simple. Hopefully you can see all this. Now down here, we're just going to say this is our foundation. Now in that foundation, this is assuming that, hey, you're already past the month to month, just living month to month, and you're starting to create some type of substantial savings. You're starting to put money away into savings and kind of earmark it for, hey, this is going to go to the future. Now, what's important in the foundation is not only what we're starting to save in there, but also how we're protecting what we already have. So you've got to have the general coverages, on your car, your home, make sure on your business. Any of those things. So that's all foundational type stuff. So that's there's a lot of other videos out there that can talk about that stuff, and that's not too stellar. But what I want to talk about are the next two steps. So the next step is what I call the opportunity fund. And then we have the growth fund. And then things that are more high risk on top of that. So let's talk about each of these. Now, generally speaking, in the traditional planning model, most people will go straight to the growth fund. And I couldn't disagree more. And so what's happening is Wall Street has programmed us to say, hey, let's take money out of our paycheck or put money away from our business and put it straight into a 401k or a SEP or a Roth. And it ties it up, puts it into the marketable securities, which are all at risk, right? I'm not against to having money that's growing in the market, but to have that before building these other two foundational blocks, I think is borderline irresponsible. So what we're talking about in the opportunity fund, this is a fund where we can start stashing stuff away. So let's say we're saving $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $3,000 a month, whatever it is for you, right? Every person, it's relative to different people. This is something that we're going to acquire and be able to have liquid access to. When you put money into a 401k or a Roth, you have to take a loan out. You can only take it one loan. It's only 50% of the value, and you got to pay it back. So it's really kind of trapped in there. So we want to create an opportunity fund because we want to find opportunities for you to invest in so that you can go create even more income. Now, most people do this opportunity fund in a bank account, and unfortunately, in our interest rate environment now, the bank account is just not keeping up with even inflation. You're getting 0.025% interest and money that's in there, and it's just not cutting it. So there's got to be a smarter way, and there is. So what we use here is we use a tiered banking contract where we work with the financial institution to make sure that we can get your money growing at a respectable rate. This gives you protection from liability, it gives you constant growth and full access to the cash, okay? So now when you have this, now when you're getting ready to buy another rental property or even put money into the market, now you have something that is stable and it's growing based on a contract value, and it's not correlated to the market. So it doesn't matter what's happening in the political environment, whether it's an election year, whether the market's going down, up, sideways, or what's happening in any of the other political realm or business scandals or anything like that. It's just growing. It's not correlated to anything in the market, all right? So that's very important, and it's foundational because this creates long-term lasting wealth. Now, from there, we still want to increase our ability to grow and get some of the upper rates of return, and so we want to have a growth fund. So as we find that our opportunity fund is ready to be deployed into, whether it's real estate, the market, maybe you're buying tax liens, whatever it is, to create an income, cash flow, then that's what we deploy into here. Now, there are a couple paradigms out there that talk about growing money. There's the accumulation, and then there's cash flow. Now, accumulation is just, hey, let's try to find the highest return possible and just have it accumulate. And there's cash flow, where it's trying to build a constant, steady cash flow into your household. Now, so what would you rather have? Would you rather have cash coming into your bank account every month, or would you rather have a arguable rate of return that's posted on a screen somewhere, like saying that you accumulated this much? Now, I'm for cash flow, because I know that if I have cash flow, then I can go use that to go to the store, to pay my bills, to pay for insurance, to pay for things for my family. And so that's how I choose to invest. Now, we're not going to spend too much time about the high risk stuff, because that's stuff like cryptocurrencies, initial public offerings, biotech stocks, startup tech stocks. And some of those could be, really high return, but they're also high risk. And so when you have someone that is starting to invest in cryptocurrencies before they've even filled these other buckets, you're building this thing upside down. Now, if you turn this triangle upside down, try to balance it at the top point, it would be pretty unstable, right? So the key is to be able to start where you're at, figure out, hey, what stage of wealth building are you in? And then apply this methodology to your situation. So that's what we do. If you're interested in having a one-on-one breakthrough session with us, when you're ready, just click the link and we'll jump on a call and chat through this stuff to see if we can help you with that. But until then, have a great day. And remember, it's your time.